Okay, looks like we're live. How's everybody doing on this glorious Sunday? I'm doing great. Let's turn down the music a little bit. So, I'm on a promotional tour. I am going to be delivering a portrait to a Knight of the Legion of Honor Order in France. And so I'm on this portrait painting sort of frenzy. It's awesome. It's a tremendous way to relax for me, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second, but just want to talk about provenance. And so in the art world, and in my younger days, it always sort of irritated me that this provenance element, which is sort of a valuation metric in the art world. So it's not like you could have two exact paintings, right, painted by Picasso, like this, or Jackson Pollock. You could have two exact drip paintings, or Rothko, like two exact squares that he did, and there's not much difference between either of them. If Rockefeller buys one of them, and just a private no-name person buys the other one, the painting that Rockefeller bought, just because Rockefeller bought it, skyrockets in value. And so that goes the same with the artist. I guess it's kind of like investing. When you're investing in something, you need a lead investor. So if an investment opportunity comes across someone's desk and that person sees so-and-so invested in that company, this is true of like FTX. You have really super intelligent people like some of the most seasoned investors in the world got caught up in the FTX thing because the SEC chairman was somehow involved, and they had all these prominent people that were involved with that Sam Bankman-Fried gentleman, and because of that, they didn't do their due diligence, and they kind of jumped in, and that wasn't a good thing. So in the art world, when somebody purchases something, it has a tremendous amount of weight in terms of the marketability of the artist and the marketability of that certain piece. So I'm doing a promotional tour, reaching out to art collectors, galleries, and so on and so forth. If you're interested at creating a relationship with me before my valuation skyrockets, the information is in the description. You can check out my work. You can give me a call, drop me an email. Anyways, so let's get on to the show. One of the portraits I'll be doing is of a wonderful friend. Her name is Sabrina. Let's give it up for the glorious, lovely Sabrina. Look at that face. Look at that face. What I love about Sabrina is she's very dynamic. She's got a lot of style. You know what I mean? I love a woman with style. And so she gave me so many pictures, and it was so difficult to look at that one. Okay, come on, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Look at that. Look at the sincerity of how she looks. She just looks so cool. And so what I do is, oops, I'm sorry. You're not seeing what I'm saying. My fault. All right. There we go. Look at the sincerity. So what I do is I'm like sort of the opposite of an abstract expressionist. So the human eye sees tone. at something like 96% of the eye is devoted to tone, and only 4% is devoted to color. So the past century, we've been in this color sort of orgy because of the invention of the tube, the paint tube. This came out like in the 1850s, 1860s, and it was a new invention. And that's spawned the Impressionists and spawned Van Gogh and spawned just this explosion of color. But if you look back in the old days, they used to have to ground pigment by hand, and color wasn't a big thing back in the days of the old masters. So I focus on tone because that's the way the eye is designed, and I focus on the face. Okay, so if we go here, right? Okay, does this say Sabrina? No. This could be anybody. Does that say Sabrina? No. Does that say Sabrina? No. Does that say Sabrina? This says Sabrina. All right? Let's give it up for Sabrina. And what I'm looking for as an artist is I want that contrast. I want that pop. All right? So I'll take a picture and I'll play with the contrast to get that. I don't want to wash it out. You know what I mean? So I'll play with the contrast to get as big of a pop as possible. See, with this, I would go like this, I think. Something like that. But anyways, so see, look, lovely, very engaging smile. This one was, I was like, oh, look at the light by her eyes, man. And look at the lovely, the pearls there, and the nails, and I was like, man, oh. But I think I'm gonna go for this one, all right? Just because she looks like a Bond girl, doesn't she? She looks like she belongs in a James Bond movie. And the other reason, I just love those glasses, and I love the contrast between the softness of her face, the softness of her sweater, the texture of her hair, and the beret. These are all different materials that I'm going to have to reproduce with the paintbrush, and so that's a challenge. And so the other reason, okay, so this is why I call it the mindfulness method. So let's see if I can go here. Yes, oh, perfect. All right, I'm cooking with gas. Okay, so we're gonna go up here like this, and with the mindfulness method, it's all about location and tone. It's just like real estate, location, location, location. And so what we do here in this method is we get the location. Okay, so here is, all right, the lovely white spirits. Let's give it up for the white spirits. So here's the canvas. We keep her upside down because I don't want to paint Sabrina. I want to paint the shapes that make her face, right? So we go, and so once I put her photo in this tool that I've developed, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so much fun to do, because the relationship between dark and light is just boom, right there. I'm going to define the location, and then once you get into the process of mixing the tones, all right, it's a meditative process because you're not thinking about anything else, and the eye is designed for tone, to perceive tone. So you don't know this until you start mixing paints. And since you're not worried about color, you're only worried about tone, it becomes a very natural process. You're using the biology of the eye. And also, when you are painting a face, the there's a section of the brain called the fusiform gyrus, which when you see a face, it lights up. So it's like your brain is designed to see the face, your eyes are designed to see tone. And I've given portraits to people where they would be like holding the portrait like this, and then like tears would start streaming from their eyes, because it's almost unfair because you're using their biology, the biology of the human brain and the human eye, to make an impact in the heart, to touch them in the heart. So it's, it's almost unfair. You're using, every tool in the book to make an emotional impact. So that's where we are. And here are my lovely paints. We did an experiment last time with the water-based oil paints. These aren't acrylic. These are water-based oil paint. And I was really impressed. The feel is different. Like, I can't mix on the canvas as well with these. So I'm going to stay with these oil paint. This oil paint is literally about 20 years old, man. All right. So we're gonna get to it. What do you say? Let's do some mixing. What do you say? All right. We'll start it off, and then maybe if you're interested, we'll do a little blocking in. All right. Oh yeah. So basically, what you want to do is you always go dark into the light into the dark. And I have my paintbrushes right by the mic. So you always want to go light into the dark, the light into the dark. And so we'll take a blobulage, and then we want to go about a third. For whatever reason, it seems to be like a third of that, a third to a quarter of the color. And what we're trying to do is get a mid-tone, and we're going to break up 2 up and 2 down from the mid-tone. All right. So do you see how you always go dark into light? And do you see how much just a little bit of that color? And some colors have more power than others, but this is ivory black and titanium white. Magneto and titanium, man. Any Paul McCartney fans out there? Yes, I will get my trusty. So we're going for, okay, so we are, let's see, as far as tone is concerned, we are where? We're not there. We're kinda there. So we can be much lighter, right? We can be much lighter. So we're gonna go down here the mid-tone we're going to stick here. We're going to say, you kind of Mr. Darker. Mr. Darker will go here. So once again, we will take, and I like to use two knives, like I'm doing andouille or something here. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. And we're gonna take some of what we just mixed and we're gonna stick it in there like this here. Okay, yeah. And so this is my breathing changes. I don't think about anything. And so that's why I call this the mindfulness method. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so that is right there, value number 6. So we're in there somewhere between 5 and 6. It's more towards 5, I would say. Okay, so that's a good mid-tone. All right, and then we just take some of this, stick it in there. Well, we'll stick all of it just in the residue of what we did. Okay, that'll be our lighter tone. All right, so like that, we're getting good there. And so we're done, people. All right, this is how the old masters, every old master, if you look, you see them doing a self-portrait of them painting. Every self-portrait that you see of an old master, you see a tonal expression. You see a tonal expression because they didn't have a whole lot of color. They didn't have, all this massive amounts of color that we have today. So, okay, all right, we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna stick it like that. All right, and then we can put that makes me very happy. This is a very good tonal. Let's see. We could actually lighten this guy up a little bit. Put it here, mix it nice and okay, good. And this guy we could actually, well, we'll go like that. Mix this up. Maybe just drop it down just a tiny bit. Okay. Oh yeah, very happy. Look at that. Ding, boom, boom, boom. And there we are. Cooking with gas. So where are we? We're here. And as you can see, I'm extremely clean. None of this, I can't stand, these artists. It's like, look at me, I'm a filthy pig. Look at my art gallery filled with paint. That's not, if you go to a carpenter, right, and his garage looks like a or his workshop looks like a disaster area, are you gonna feel comfortable with him building your house? No. So, all right, that's the mix, and then we'll do another broadcast for the blocking. I'm gonna tighten this up so it looks nice and pretty for the broadcast. So yeah, we're at the dawn of a new golden age. It's realism, man. You gotta keep it real. So much craziness going on. So much craziness. We gotta be keeping it real from the art to the heart. All right, come here. This is Liam, broadcasting from Paris. I thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you all again next time. Au revoir.